Hi everyone, and welcome to my review for the Pinball Wizard, released on the 27th of October 2022. Sit back, relax, and let me tell you why this game is a perfect fit for lovers of casual games, even if you don't have any pinball experience. The Pinball Wizard is great fun, and is one of those games that seems to devour time without you realising. It's possible to complete within a couple of hours, but there are leaderboards for the main story, daily challenges, and a couple of separate dungeons, so there is some replay value afterwards, although more achievements would have been welcomed. Unsurprisingly, the Pinball Wizard is a pinball game, but you are the ball, and you have special powers to defeat the many minions who lay in your path. Your goal is to climb the 21 floors of a tower by collecting the key on each level and making it through the door to the next stage. The key is cunningly hidden by one of the enemies, but we don't know which one, so this does add a bit of luck into the game. It could be the first enemy you kill, or it could be the last, and on later levels the number of opponents and their difficulty level increases. After launching yourself into the arena, you let pinball mechanics take over, and like all pinball games there are flippers to stop yourself falling off the tower as you come back down. If you do fall off, you will lose health, and depending on how high you are on the tower determines how much health you lose. If you let the ball through on the higher levels, it is likely you will lose all your health. There are barrels which when hit top up your energy or health, and also act as a slight bumper, changing your direction, and others provide you with XP or treasure. Being a wizard, you have the ability to cast spells, and these are provided through upgrades. Collecting treasures gives you money to buy upgrades, and earning experience points unlocks the upgrades as you progress. There are 12 upgrades to unlock, and a further special one when you complete the game. It is more than likely that you will complete the game before unlocking all of these upgrades, which is a shame, as I guess once the campaign is completed, there is a temptation to quit the game. To be fair, the important upgrades are unlocked first, like the dash, which gives you the chance to instantly change your direction, which can be very useful to stop you falling off the tower or launches you towards the door when you have the key, and the magic orb, which shoots a ball in your chosen direction, which can harm enemies. These two are mapped to your controller and can be used if you have enough energy. The other upgrades are mostly designed to either gain you more treasure, with increasing multipliers, contents increased, and a magnet to draw treasure to you, increase your health or energy when killing enemies or upgrading, and protection spells, like a guardian which adds a block between your flippers for a short amount of time, and a feather which reduces the amount of health you lose when falling off the tower. The guardian is a complete waste of time, as it very rarely stops your character from going through your flippers. You just roll off it and plunge to your death. Save your treasure points for something else. Each upgrade can be enhanced, but with each enhancement the cost increases, and it is very difficult to fill a whole upgrade unless you play through the game multiple times. Unlocking all the upgrades and enhancing them will give you a better chance of earning high scores for the leaderboards, and it makes the game a lot easier. For example, after completing my first playthrough, I played again and was able to run through 19 levels without dying, so you can see the advantage of the upgrades. There are a few enemies to contend with, and these get harder and increase in number as you progress. Your standard opponent is a jelly-like cube, which if blue in colour is vulnerable and can be hit without penalty, but they also turn orange, which means they will harm you if touched. It wasn't quite clear what the conditions were for this colour change. I noticed that if you were in the vicinity of the enemy, like rolling down the sides of the board, it changed orange, and when you were away from it, it turned back to blue. But they also seem to randomly change colour at times too. When you are on a narrow board with lots of enemies, it can be quite easy to bounce around and hit these accidentally when they're orange, and it only takes a couple of hits sometimes to die. Games can finish quite quickly. This is when quick reflexes are needed, like using your orb or dash to finish an opponent off, or dash out of the way to safety. It can be quite frantic at times. When you do die, the game takes a little longer to restart than I would have liked. It's not slow, but it throws you back to the menu for upgrades when all I wanted to do was give it another go quickly. I guess this is testament to how addictive it is that I just wanted to get going again. Later in the game we are introduced to bats, which drop bombs on the grid and explode. If you are anywhere near them, they will lose your health. If you bump into the bomb, however, it sends it back in the enemy's direction. Then there are enemies which dance around the board, which when standing they are vulnerable, but when sat they spin and attack. And the most annoying enemy of all has got to be the spider, which appears momentarily and then fires a spider web at one of your flippers, disarming it until you mash the flipper button to shake it off. Many times I die because that git appeared and disabled me just at the wrong time. The boards start off quite basic with one layer and a door, but as you climb higher the number of chambers increases and even different heights are introduced. Some chambers will be the only chambers to possess health and energy barrels, so if you are low on either, you may need to use your dash to aim for the entrance of that chamber. Some chambers are guarded by enemies that need to be defeated before entering. Exit doors can be quite tricky to go through, as they are usually guarded quite well and are small. There is a slight suction effect when the door is open, so when you are near it, hopefully you will get pulled through, but if you are going too fast you will shoot past. Many times I try to use the dash to launch myself towards the door and shoot past. The Pinball Wizard is a casual game that is loads of fun and perfect for an evening's entertainment. There are similarities to pinball, but by no means is it a proper pinball game, and it should appeal to lovers of casual games rather than pinball enthusiasts. Incredibly addictive and surprisingly endearing, it has cute graphics and a spooky music perfect for a Halloween treat. Okay, that's all for my review for the Pinball Wizard. I hope you enjoyed it. My next review will be for Paradise Marsh, a cute nature game where you navigate the swamp trying to catch various creatures who may have some profound things to say. If you're interested in that one, please click the notification bell, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Thanks and see you soon.